Yeah, of course.
How's your day going? How's your Friday going?
Well, pretty good. Other than officially saying that Eva is finished with WWE.
Oh, that's a downer.
Yeah.
We are into August. Maybe her contract was finally up. So
Yeah.
especially with her not being on TV. I mean, what could you really
Yeah, I
do
think
with that?
I'm one of the very few that are actually kind of sad about it. Everybody else is happy she's gone.
I mean, if this would happen in February you're one of those guys that really liked her because of her in-ring ability, correct?
Right. Yeah. I was great. Yeah, she's 5-star matches all the way.
6-star according to Dave Meltzer. So
That's right. Yeah.
yeah,
Forget
man.
about Omega and Okada.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah. She'll land on her feet somewhere, man. She's a gorgeous woman with hopefully a good acting career. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Well, she's already in her first movie.
there you go. Is that the one where she's donning a black hairdo?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good
With
to see.
Nicolas Cage in the movie.
Oh, she's with Nick Cage.
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's with Nick Cage. I know he's in the movie. He's like the big star. I think she's just like a side role or something. She's not a big part of the movie, I don't think.
Did you just call her a side piece?
No, a side role.
What you just said. Thank you for joining the show. Thank you for attending. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for listening to episode 69. We are finally here. We are finally here. Episode 69 is where we present our Do Not Disturb list. This is the Do Not Disturb challenge for everyone who has not been paying attention. For the last 2, 3, 6, 7, 18 weeks, we've teased what we could possibly do for episode 69. And we're here. We are here. I am your host, BangEm Sal Jason Fastkade, and I am joined by my illustrious co-host, the best in the world today. And we make up the duo of the Wrestling Fans Podcast. Now, Trent, my favorite co-host, the only co-host that I have, is best known for going above and beyond on a top 100 list and giving 111. But that's just me. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. So, Trent, we got a lot to get to. Of course, this is the show. We're going to talk about the shows we had this week for WWE. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
That was good enough for me, man. Let's stop stalling and let's get right into the show. Now, Trent, we weren't here last week. We had a little hiatus, so a lot went down. We did have the Battleground or Backlash pay-per-view, the exclusive SmackDown pay-per-view live event. And the Great Khali came out. I think that was the biggest non-shocker to us, seeing as you had the Punjabi prison. But how'd you like the pay-per-view, man?
I didn't think it was that good, really.
Did the Great Khali appearing kind of boost it?
No, not really. I was just pretty much in that match waiting for him to come out.
Okay. I don't remember the previous Punjabi prison matches before. I just remember that Great Khali was supposed to be in one and he was in another. The whole trying to get out of the inner cage and then get out of the outer cage, to me, that just got drawn out. And yeah, I was literally waiting for Great Khali to appear. But the modern day Maharaja is still your champ. How do you feel about that, man?
That was pretty predictable. I've seen that happening. Interesting where we're going from here because it wasn't the way I thought it was going to be with Cena challenging Nakamura.
Yeah, we got a lot to
Cena
get to.
challenging Jinder.
We got a lot to get to. But speaking of which, Jinder is Indian. And top five in my list of Hot 100 has to be Priya Ray. If you're not familiar with Priya Ray, Google it now. I'll wait. Okay.
Is it Ray? I always thought it was Rye.
I say Ray. How do you say R-A-I? How do you say that?
I say Rye.
There you go. Some people, I say Hyundai. Some people say Hyundai.
Right.
How do you say that?
Tomato. We know.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. All right. With that said, man, let's get into Monday Night Raw because we can go pretty quickly, but we're really starting to see select few of the feuds going into SummerSlam ramp up, and we're still getting a 3-hour show. And if you're still watching a 3-hour show, all 3 hours of it, send me your medication and I'll watch it with you. But with that said, yeah, well, let's jump right into the the main event picture, man. Brock Lesnar, the man amongst men, Roman, like I say, Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. Now they're gonna go at it at SummerSlam, but leading up to this, man, we still get that trio fighting each other. Who do you think is gonna be the champ come SummerSlam, dude, or after SummerSlam?
I don't know. I'm gonna go with probably Roman, I guess.
You're still going Roman?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like for it to be Braun, but I don't know if they'll put it on Braun or not.
Okay. Now where do you see Brock Lesnar going after SummerSlam then?
I guess he might go back to UFC. That's what the talk is.
Okay, now I'm not sure if you're a UFC fan, man, but this past Saturday was the fight I had been waiting a long time for. The fight I was probably hyped more for than McGregor and Mayweather, but it was John Bones Jones versus Daniel Cormier, right?
Right.
Great fight, absolutely great fight. But at the end, Bones Jones calls out Brock Lesnar, and we're in that age, man, where a tennis player could fight a baseball player and people want to see it for some reason. I don't know. But that's gonna be the super fight, man. So I wouldn't be shocked if Brock loses it. I still got Joe winning it. Just to see, it's kind of funny because you still keep Brock hot. You see what I'm saying? Like even if he loses it, now you get to anticipate him going back to the UFC. But another person that we've anticipated was who came in at top 10 on my list. That would have to be Pinky. If you need to Google it, I'll wait. So Trent, with that said, man, we got a 4-way at SummerSlam for the Raw brand. Let's get into some other news on Raw, man. What are some of the other feuds going on Raw?
Well, we also have, let's see here. We have Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. It looks like they're teaming back up, and it looks like they're going to be taking on Sheamus and Cesaro at SummerSlam.
So this is the thing, man. Not only do you have several tag teams not necessarily emerge from the ashes, but all of a sudden you had a lot of tag teams.
Mm-hmm.
How do Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose skip the lunch line?
Good question.
How does that happen?
I'm guessing the other 3 teams that are not fighting for the title got distracted by each other and they snuck by and got in the title shot.
I guess, man. I'm still trying to figure out if we were in catering and number 17 on my list, Phoenix Marie, was in line, I would get shocked too. But I'm just looking at
Phoenix Marie that's on my list.
Where is she on your list?
Much further down.
Oh, come on, Trent. What is that about? What is that about? Phoenix Marie's number 17, top 25 of all time. Gotta be top 25. But yeah, with that said, man, I mean the not the Ascension, but
she's
the
75 on my list.
Oh, come on, Trent. Come on. 75 on your list?
Yep.
I got August on my list. Do you even know who August is?
No, I know she's named after a month.
Google it. Wait. But here's the thing, man. You got the Revival. Kaz and Enzo kind of split up. But, I mean, maybe I just haven't been paying attention. But who did Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins really beat to be number 1 contenders for the tag titles?
I guess them beating The Miz and The Miztourage made them number 1 contenders.
And I get that. Like, they're still high profile. You got the Cover Boy and Seth for the video game. I guess you want to hype that. But are we positioning ourselves to get a Shield reunion if they capture the gold and Reigns captures the gold? They would really run Raw, if I'm not mistaken. And then I don't know, maybe Jason Jordan joins them too for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, and Alexa joins them.
Yeah, like everybody just hops on that Shield bandwagon and they start coming out of the crowd again. But yeah, man, that's where that's the only logical option that I see.
Yeah, and I'm guessing they're going to do those other 3 teams: Gallows, Anderson, the Revival, and the Hardys in the 3-way match.
Okay, given the fact that SummerSlam is going to be 17 hours long, I could see that. I think it would be, man, you would give the Hardys the shaft if you put them on the pre-show.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's where you're going because you don't have enough room to put everybody on the main card. Wow, I didn't think of that.
I guess what they could do is maybe like on Raw, like say that it's Ambrose and Rollins against Cesaro and Sheamus, and then like on Raw do a 3-way, and the winner of that match enters the match with Rollins and Ambrose against Cena and Cesaro.
Oh, so you still want a 3-way?
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I mean.
No, I'm listen. I know what you mean. I'm asking you. You still want a triple threat at SummerSlam?
I mean, because it feels weird not to have the Hardys still in the title picture.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I see the broken characters slowly in glimpses on Raw, and to not have them opening match, maybe 4th or 5th match on a SummerSlam card, kind of sucks. Given the fact that they're probably on a 1-year deal, maybe. And by the way, the best female out of a boy threesome is Jaina Oso, who comes in at number 38 on my list. But with that said, and if you don't know who that is, Google it. I'll wait. With that said, yeah, man, you still got the Hardys. You got the Hardys somewhere along in this rough ride. No pun intended on number 32 on my list proxy page. But with that said, we still got the Hardys doing whatever they need to do. So let's move on to the U.S. title picture or the Intercontinental title picture.
Yeah, looks like we're going to be getting Jason Jordan Angle against The Miz for the Intercontinental title.
Wait a minute. Does he have a hyphen now? Is he a Jordan Angle guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Nah, I mean, I'm just making that up.
Nah, but that would definitely work, man.
Or as I like to call him, JJ Angle.
I like that. I had to get used to it for a second, but okay. Yeah, so JJ Angle versus the Miz. I think it'll really work well since Miz can carry him in the promo department, and we can just see, viciousness from Jason Jordan. So that's cool too. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. As far as the women's title picture, we were supposed to be getting Bayley against Alexa at SummerSlam, but Bayley is now injured.
Wait a minute. Okay. Have I not been paying attention? I thought we were supposed to get Sasha versus Alexa at SummerSlam. Didn't she win a number 1 contender or something?
Bayley won that match.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're telling me Sasha got shafted like number 59 on my list, Cinnamon Love has for so many years. She got shafted on the last pay-per-view with Alexa taking the DQ, but then somehow lost the right to face her again?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
it looks like she might get that match anyway.
So now she's the backup, like the alternate to go against Alexa? Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't know if that was a legitimate injury because I saw WWE reported it, which usually means it's fake.
Yeah, I think it's real. Even though this would be a great time to hashtag give Emma a chance, put her in there.
Man, you got to do something, right?
Yeah. So Zack Ryder and Emma, they were dating for a while.
Yeah, she's with who's she with now?
I don't know who she's with. He's with Chelsea Green, Laurel Van Ness.
What? No, she's with some. Yeah, I saw an article that she was with someone.
Well, I think when they teasing something about her and Jason Jordan or JJ Angle.
Nicely done. Yeah, something like that, man. I'm pretty sure I just read something.
Yeah. I wonder if they broke up because, it looks like being overlooked and not pushed, it must be a sexually transmitted disease because I think Emma now has that from Zack Ryder.
Wow. Speaking of our top 100 and you go STDs now. Okay. All right. Wow.
No, but I feel so bad for her. She was on there one night on Twitter and she's talking about it was her 5 years being in WWE and she's just sitting in the back watching everybody else. See,
that's the funny thing, man. I don't know if that's her character talking or her personally talking. That's like maybe you build a storyline out of that. Does anyone from WWE monitor what they tweet out and suggest that she not do it? I mean, other than that, aren't you begging for a release just for being so vocal on, I guess, something that you want to keep private or whatever? I mean, maybe stay hidden. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is pretty weird though. She should get some kind of shine, man. Now, Emma, not to be confused with a lower 70 or 80 on your list, Emmy Reyes.
Right.
If you don't know who that is, Google it. I'll wait. Yeah, she needs some kind of shot, man. She needs some kind of shot. So, but we got the alternate, Sasha Banks, going up against Alexa, or that's to be determined.
To be determined.
All right, cool. Nia Jax, nothing. We got nothing.
Nope. Her and Alexa are just teaming up, I guess.
Okay. All right. Wow. Yeah. I'm not gonna do a team up line there. What else we got? What else
Let's see. We have Elias. Don't call me Elias Sampson anymore. He just dropped his last name.
Oh man, really? I mean, I
Yep.
get it. A lot. If we were doing power rankings, Elias has to be top 10. He has to be top 10 on Raw. And like I said before, once he split Finn Balor over the head with that guitar, that to me that put him in top heel status.
Yeah.
I mean, he's solid. He has that awful singing gimmick thing that's kind of cool. That gets people intrigued. Yeah, so that definitely works.
Gimmick on both shows.
Yeah, but that one that they have on SmackDown with Aiden English, it's more comical. Yeah. Listen, if he didn't bust Finn Balor over the head with a guitar, it would have sucked too. Like, I don't think anybody would have gave it a chance or anything like that. But if you keep losing matches, you just suck. If you bust somebody over the head with a freaking guitar, people will listen to you a little bit longer before they start booing you. So I like that. The one on SmackDown is pretty cool.
He knows.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Now let's get to what initially started out as a big feud and maybe fizzling off. I was shocked to see that it was the main event on Monday night. Not gonna lie, Trent. Because I thought I was watching Raw. I watched it on mute, I think. And next thing I know, it was off. I'm like, what happened? Because I know that wasn't the main event. So you got Big Show getting coerced into Cass just to honor the honor of his girlfriend, Enzo. So what the heck happened in this match?
So basically Cass wins by DQ, but when Enzo interferes, and then Cass hits Enzo with a big boot, and then Show hits Cass with the weapon of mass destruction.
And that's how you end the show.
Yep. And then Show gets back up and helps Enzo to the back.
That's how you end Raw.
Yep.
Okay, so that was bad. I mean, let's just be honest. That was just bad. Where do you think this is going, man? Because Kaz, I don't know. Kaz would be money, but he needs a talker. Sooner or later, he has to get rid of Enzo, but we're not going to see an Enzo-Kaz match. Enzo can do exactly what he was doing before with anybody, man. Do we keep seeing Enzo coerce people into fighting Kaz until he, beats him up himself and they kind of part ways?
No, I think probably Cass gets the clean win on Big Show at SummerSlam, and then that's over with him and Cass and him and Enzo.
Okay, so Enzo goes to 205 Live.
Enzo and Big Show might be a tag team or something.
Okay, all right. Give me just this one answer. What's Enzo's finishing move?
I have no clue.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's a reason that he needs to be in the ring anymore.
I agree.
If he could just be a manager, I think that would work. I mean, for maybe 6 months, he just stays in the back.
Maybe he should be the manager for JJ Angle.
I think that would work. I mean, I think anything would work, man. I mean, Kaz is gonna be, pretty short in the promo department since his girl is on the other show and he lost his other girlfriend too. So I don't know where this is really going, but for them to main event, that was terrible.
Yeah, terrible. I would say it's the most boring feud on Raw, but then I would be forgetting about Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt.
I'm not shocked that that's the most boringest feud, but aren't they still doing it in with 3 people? Like, aren't they still including Elias in it?
I don't know. I thought Elias has moved on.
Who did?
He faced Kalisto this week.
Did Bray Wyatt face Finn Balor this week?
No. Wyatt was talking a bunch of crap like he always does, and then lights went out and Balor attacked him.
Right. Yeah. We just want to see who can control the lights in that match, basically. That's what we're doing.
But I mean, if they were smart, that would be the match. That would be the perfect match to bring out the Demon Balor.
It would be that'd be a great moment to do that. A great moment to do that. I mean, once you get the lights going out and, you see, I think I called them butterflies one time, but, all the stars in the sky. Speaking of stars, Violet Star, Jayla Star, 87 and 88 on my list. Google them if you don't know who I'm talking about. But yeah, it'll just work for the, I don't know, just for the spectacle, man. Like you get Finn Balor coming out in a demon wardrobe. You get Bray controlling the lights. You get Bray going to the corner, walking backwards like a spider. That's just a spectacle, man. Like the match will be just extraordinary just because you don't know what you're going to get from both parties. But why they want to face each other is still unknown.
Yeah. It can't be no worse than the feud between Orton and Bray earlier this year.
I like that. I didn't necessarily, or everybody kind of took a boo-boo emoji on the match because of all the stuff that happened in it.
Right.
But, burning down houses and stuff, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
House
Yeah, the house. Yeah, that was cool, man. That was very cool. But yeah, we'll see what we get from Bray and Finn. So with that said, man, are we done? Do we have any Hulu excuses for Raw?
No, not really. No.
Let's move on to what I was referring to as the big show. Wow, no pun intended. For this week, which was the Blue Brand SmackDown.
Yeah.
Trent, I have no idea what happened in the first hour because I didn't watch it. I knew that the match that was supposed to happen that should happen at a WrestleMania that they gave for free was gonna go last. So we can talk about the other matches later. Let's get down to it, man. Shinsuke Nakamura versus John Cena for the number one contendership, and the winner goes to face the modern day Maharaja at SummerSlam. Give me your thoughts.
Really good match, and good Lord, Cena almost broke his neck.
Quick question though: do you think he'll get Nakamura will get heel heat for? Not sure if you say that was a botch or if just due to the fact that Cena could have gotten injured.
I think if it becomes a constant thing that happens over and over, he might get but he probably got hollered at. But since John Cena seemed all right with it, like he'd seen it was an accident, that will probably help him because John Cena will tell him it was okay and he won't get hollered at by Vince.
Dude, let me ask you this. When that move is done, is that move, as far as Cena landing awkwardly, is that because of the move or is that because Shinsuke can't lift John Cena like he could lift and flip Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler?
Yeah, probably the second. Like he can't lift him. He's probably heavier.
Okay, because like I instantly saw people comparing it to Stone Cold and Owen, and I was like, that's not even close.
Yeah.
But I would compare it to like when Brock just throws people and they land awkward like that.
Right.
I think, just putting this out there, man, I think he's not gonna get any heat. But Jinder's going to beat Nakamura at SummerSlam.
I don't think so. I think we're going to get Nakamura winning, and then Corbin cashes in, and we get the continuation of the Nakamura-Corbin feud.
Okay. That's fine. That is, I like where you're going with that. Definitely like where you're going with that. Yeah, I just think that he's going to get punished somehow. I don't know if that's a punishment, but yeah, I just don't see him grabbing the title at SummerSlam. But awesome match, man. Cena and Nakamura. It was a different match. I don't believe Nakamura hit him with as many kicks as I thought he would, or as he normally does. Right. But for him to kick out of the FU or the attitude adjustment, whatever you call it, was awesome, man. And they put on a good match, but they didn't put on a match that was 5 stars. So if we get that match again, they have way more to improve on.
Definitely. Yeah, I agree. I thought it would be a little bit more than what it was, but I guess they might be saving it for a future date down the road. Okay.
With that said, man, what the heck happened on SmackDown then? Because that was really the only thing I was interested to see, man. If Cena beat Nakamura, you're like, man, this is typical John Cena. Da, da, da. But when Nakamura beat him, and here's the thing: if you didn't, if that, we're not gonna call it a botch, but that accidental exploder suplex, if that didn't happen as awkward as it did, and he still beat him, you're like, oh man, cool. But with that happening, you have something to talk about now, which is that kind of sucks. But yeah.
Yeah. Also on SmackDown, we had AJ Styles defeating Kevin Owens to retain the U.S. title. the story in this match was the referee had got like hit or something, and when he went to count Kevin Owens' shoulders down, Kevin Owens' shoulders were actually up, but the referee's vision was like blinded or something. So Kevin Owens goes to the back and he's throwing a fit, and he gets in Shane's face, and the result is a rematch: Kevin Owens versus AJ, with Shane as the special referee at SummerSlam.
Okay, so we're not. Thank God we're not going to see them week by week facing each other. We're going to have to wait 3 more weeks, and then we get them at SummerSlam. Okay, all right, that's cool.
Yeah, and interesting that there was no mention of Jericho or anything. I mean, was that just a one night thing?
See, that's what I had thought. And even when I heard this, I'm thinking, okay, well, Jericho's going to be the special guest referee. As I'm reading, not necessarily spoilers, but just the results.
Right.
It wouldn't be so awkward if he hadn't, done previous live events and little house shows and stuff like that. So, maybe that was something just to say, hey, you got to catch a SmackDown. You'll never know who will show up.
Right. You might get Chris Jericho, or you might get the Great Khali. Which looks like it might also be in the one-time thing. Yeah,
I think that was a pretty cool way to, just bring the whole nostalgia act of the Punjabi prison back and everything like that. I was waiting for it. So I popped big. And not only did I pop big, I think that whole pay-per-view, we had it. Like, this is getting so easy.
Yeah.
The summer matches, not the summer matches, but the summer pay-per-views are just, man, they're predictable, dude.
Yep.
But yeah, so we'll see. We may see some other people at SummerSlam. Yep. We'll have 9 hours to view a pay-per-view, so you never know who'll show up.
Do you think this could lead into a Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon match? Because I thought that's where they were going originally.
I'm not sure. Like, I thought we could have got a Brock Lesnar Shane match at one point. But if you keep teasing stuff like that, it definitely works. We might not get a payoff though, right? We thought eventually 2 years down the line we're gonna get a Daniel Bryan Miz feud, and we never did. That kept the storylines hot, but maybe they're doing the same thing, man. Maybe Kevin Owens is the new Miz, and he's just gonna be barking at Shane McMahon, for his duration on SmackDown.
Yep. Let's see. Also on SmackDown, we had Rusev defeating Chad Gable in a really, really good match. I recommend going to watch that. It was really good.
Yeah, I think I caught that one.
Yeah. And after the match, Randy Orton challenges Rusev to a match at SummerSlam, which I guess has been confirmed that's going to happen.
Okay. All right.
The big thought I had watching this match is, with Chad Gable now as a singles wrestler, does WWE really need Dolph Ziggler around?
What? Okay, wow, that's too many questions at the same time. First of all, this is what I thought when I was watching that match. Why is Chad Gable doing all of the moves Kurt Angle used to do?
Yeah, that's when I was. Yeah, I think of Jason Jordan. I think he might have.
Who?
JJ Angle might have fixed that paternity test or something.
I'm thinking maybe these guys have a match at SummerSlam or something to see who's the real son of Kurt Angle. I'm like, what? Because I think first he did the because I didn't see all the match. I think I saw maybe the second half, or at least after one commercial break. He did the moonsault.
Yep.
And then he did the ankle lock.
And I'm like, I think he was done belly to bellies and some German suplexes too.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, are they trying to mix us up here and just kind of throw monkey wrenches into it, or I don't know what's going on, man. But okay, now back to Dolph Ziggler. Where did you get the Dolph Ziggler analogy from?
They're both pretty charismatic. They were both college athletes. They both kind of have the same style, sort of. To me, they kind of feel like the same person a little bit.
Okay, so are you saying since you have Chad Gable, you can forget about Dolph Ziggler? Similar to how...
And it kind of feels like they already have somewhat.
Okay, similar to how, people have forgotten about 67 on my list. Nikita Denise. Similar to how some people, but not you, have forgotten about number 70 on my list, Isla Fox. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And if you don't know who any of these people are, including number 19 on my list, Obsession, beautiful woman. Google it. I'll wait. Yeah, I mean, we had said this before, right? Usually when somebody's in hiding, other than Emma, sorry, Emma, they're going to come back and do something spectacular.
Yeah.
With Dolph, I don't know what that is, man. Maybe Dolph costs Shinsuke the title to Baron Corbin or something like that. I don't know, but it's a new phase. You get new feuds. Dolph may be on his way out anyway.
Yeah, that's just something I thought about. They seem like they're really, kind of alike in a lot of ways. And
Yeah,
they
I'm
really
just
they talk about Dolph Ziggler's, high school wrestling career. Well, Chad Gable has him beat on that because he went to the Olympics. That's another thing. Wow, how are we getting Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's son when Chad Gable's the one that went to the Olympics, just like Kurt Angle?
That's what I'm saying. None of this stuff makes any sense. I think it makes for a better story that Jason Jordan is half black, and he Kurt shot the club up in college, and Kurt didn't know he had a son, and then I think Jason Jordan, his storyline is he was adopted or was in foster care to a great family and all this other stuff, and then they meet up after so long, and JJ Angle was talking to Corey Graves in NXT about how Kurt was his father, blah, 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 right? And you get that story maybe 6 months down the line. Chad Gable comes up to Kurt and sees him in one of these dual brand pay-per-views, and they're about the same height or something. And I don't know, like you get that. And then you get that strife between former tag team partners, and they got to go at it or something. But it's just weird that they would do this at the same time, man. I mean, there's no coincidences when it comes to the WWE.
Right. Maybe we get a story where like maybe Tom Phillips or Byron Saxton start going to Kurt Angle and telling him other stuff, and he's like, "What? I got another son?" and then instead of feuding them, his sons are together and they become a new Team Angle.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like this can't be short-lived, right? Obviously, Kurt is probably gone at next year's WrestleMania. He's not gonna be around for 2 years. You got to get something out of this. Maybe Shelton Benjamin comes back and he's like, "No, Dominic, I'm your papi," or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're going somewhere with this. Obviously, Jason Jordan is going to ascend up the ranks, and Chad Gable is too. He's standing on his own. So once you get that down, maybe we get hit over the head a million times with this JJ Angle thing, and Chad just busts out of nowhere like, we have the same, I don't know, hair on our arms or something. I don't know. And then they get back together. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm intrigued to see where it goes, though. Yeah.
And we got that family picture with Kurt Angle's family and Jason Jordan that we've been talking about.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I want to see. Like, because that makes it real. Just the interaction with the family, that kind of stuff makes it real. I don't think
it wasn't like all his kids. It was just the ones he has by the girl he's with now.
Was it like 3 kids? 2 kids?
Yeah. The 3 girls or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. They need a picture or a photo. Aren't they the same thing? Of them sitting at a table holding hands, saying grace over dinner.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That would be great. Okay. Yeah, so what else let's talk tag team division.
Tag teams really hasn't done much. We had the Usos, they beat up the New Day last week, and then this week they acted like they were doing the New Day's entrance, but it was them. And they had new music.
The Usos have new music?
Yeah, or at least they now have like lyrics to their music, I think.
Okay. I like, because I do like the music. I necessarily need that to change, but okay. One other person that I like is number 64 on my list, Abella Anderson. I don't think she was on your list.
No, she didn't make it on mine.
And I have another Abella at 55, Abella Danger, and she's not on your list.
Nope.
Carly Gray, 54. And if you don't know who any of these ladies are, please Google them. I will wait. She's not on your list?
I believe she might be somewhere on my list.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, maybe like top 10, top 5, top 3, number 1. I don't know, somewhere around there.
All right. With that said, yeah, man. What else we got on SmackDown? We got to talk women's division, right?
Yeah, the women's division is we have Natalia challenging Naomi at SummerSlam.
Okay.
Which I'm confused. Why in the world, or how in the world are they getting Charlotte on this card? Because they're not going to leave her off one of the big shows.
Dude, that's what we got 3 weeks.
Yeah.
we might be surprised. We might be surprised. And they scale this back, and we have a 3 hour, 2 hour and 45 minute, 2 hour and 48 minute show. Like, I'm serious.
Well, we're not going to have that
do
because they already said it starts at 7.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Which means the pre-show will probably start at 6 or 5.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have at least a 5 hour pay-per-view.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say it again. We're gonna have at least a 5 hour pay-per-view.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. If you have this is what we talked about before, dude. If you get singles matches, straight up singles matches, that's only 4 chicks, man. I mean, you may get Carmella cashing in, that's 5. Other than that, what is there? I mean, I
guess they could do Becky and Charlotte against Lana and Tamina.
You could do that. And my only thing would be, if you do that, there needs to be a progression. So with SummerSlam, they're not on the pre-show, which pretty much guarantees maybe a title change. But at WrestleMania, any of the chicks that are on the pre-show are probably going to be on the main card, and not in a 17-person match. But Charlotte may be your champion by WrestleMania.
Right.
Man,
and also we have this challenge from Cyborg to Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I saw that, man.
All these MMA people are calling out WWE people.
But that's the thing. What I'm saying, man. Like, a tennis star is gonna fight a baseball star in a basketball game or something. Right. Like, this is it's not getting annoying, but when I saw the video, it was Becky though, right? Like, it wasn't Chris. Did Chris Cyborg say something at the UFC fight?
I'm not sure. I think she has called her out though.
Okay, well, but I think it was just Twitter stuff, right? It was just.
Oh
Twitter.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So once we get that verbalized, I think stuff can then talk. But man, what are we talking about? Chris Cyborg coming into a WWE ring? That's cool. Like, that's cool, but if you're watching what's happening right now, Trent, and we can kind of back out of our discussion on the women's division, but you get Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fighting. You get Bones Jones versus Brock Lesnar in the UFC ring. Now, if Floyd and Conor turns out to be a circus, and he Conor kicks him and he takes him down, and a parachute guy falls from the sky. Then
so in other words, it turns into one of those crazy Bellator MMA fights where Dada 5000 and Kimbo Slice can barely move and everything.
If it turns into something like that, that puts a halt to all of this cross promotion. Yeah. It just stops all of that stuff, right? So to have Ronda Rousey in a WWE ring, that's typical WWE stuff. To have Chris Cyborg and Becky Lynch in a WWE ring, that speaks to what the WWE wants, to have some kind of spectacle. Maybe teach Chris Cyborg 2 or 3 wrestling moves that she does 17 times, and you get something like that. Yeah. But in a legitimate fight, it's never going to happen.
No. I just find it interesting how for the longest time, MMA fighters, they look down on pro wrestling, because it's, fake or whatever. And but now they're wanting to, step out and get into the WWE.
Well, I think they have respect for them, but I also think that they know how to market themselves. Yeah. And there's a target audience, man. I mean, people really think that WWE wrestlers are fighters, but I would never disrespect them and say that they aren't athletes. So if you get a UFC fighter challenging another athlete to a fight, that's what's going to happen. People want to see a fight. People definitely want to see a fight.
Yep, and I still think we're going to get the UFC horsewomen versus the WWE horsewomen, because we're seeing a lot of these MMA horsewomen on WWE TV now. I mean, one of them's going to be in the Mae Young Classic. Ronda Rousey's been around 3 or 4 times, and then one of them's the one that's married to Roderick Strong.
Oh, nice. Speaking of horsewomen, Penny Pax, number 51.
You actually had her twice on your list.
I had what?
You had her twice on your list.
What?
Yep.
Why did you just call me out today? Where? Are you serious?
Yeah. I looked
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's on 31 and 51.
Yep.
Holy smokes. She was that hot. No, I think the 31 needs to be Penny Flame. Here's what I don't.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right, so now, now we're getting somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
here's what I don't understand about you. Okay.
All right.
Jamie Marley,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's Adriana Maya.
Yep.
Or Ariana Maya.
Adriana, I think.
They have a scene where they're acting like twins, and it's hilarious. It's probably the best thing out. But they look the same. They look
a little bit of difference.
Come on.
They are.
Okay. Why do you have Jamie so low and Maya so high?
I'm guessing it was probably from one of their scenes. I like one of them scenes more than the other.
Okay. All right. Cool. And if for everyone listening, if you don't know what we're talking about,
those were two girls that I didn't know who they were before this list, and Adriana especially has become one of my favorites now.
Wait a minute. Before this, so wait a minute. How did you not know them before this list?
I just never. Basically, I got like the ones I knew I was gonna put on the list, and then I went on like Pornhub and like Brazzers and all them, and went to their girls and started looking for others to make out the rest of my 100.
Okay. Because I got about 75 before I had to do research. Not research, but just remember some of the people that I had fell out of love with. Okay, all right, cool. With that said, let's just throw in Kendall Woods, top spinner of all time.
What do you think about all my chatterbait girls that I had on my list?
See, that was the thing. That was I didn't understand that, but I do understand the blog and the way that you displayed them. Trent, plug your site real quick.
Oh, I forgot what it is. Let me see. My countdowns and lists.blogspot.com.
Say it again.
My countdowns and lists.blogspot.com.
On that site, you have every chick, and Trent went for extra credit and he put 111 chicks down.
Yep.
And he has photos, he has links, he has images, he has everything. Yeah, everything. So with that said, it made sense because I think you are on that site way more than any other. So no, that was cool, man. That was cool. And those chicks have a following too. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And that's becoming very popular, the cam world. It's becoming pretty popular.
Okay, Trent.
Yeah.
Don't fall in love. Just don't do it. Just don't. Yeah, don't. That's
hard for me to do because I fall fast and hard.
Emphasis on the last one. Let's talk about some more lovely ladies with terrible faces but tons of talent. Coming in at 81 is Sarah Vandella. Not sure if you know who number 85 is. Kiki Minaj. No. And our favorite, Lauren or Lorena or Lauren Vargas or Vegas.
Yeah.
Neither one of us knows what it is. With that said, where the heck are we on this?
One of the hottest girls with a bush.
Welcome to the show, Trent. Well, yeah, that is true. I think that's the only bush on my list. I think that is the only
I've got a few, but she's the one that keeps it, majority of the time.
Nicely done. Also, this is the Do Not Disturb challenge. You are listening to the Wrestling Fans Podcast, episode 69. Do Not Disturb.
I like to title my list the Welcome to the Show list.
We got to change it. We got to change it to the Welcome to the Show list. With that said, at number 25, check out Mia Malone. There's a Mia Malone challenge. It's pretty funny. And if you don't know who any of these ladies are, Trent, fill them in.
I don't know that one either.
There you go. Okay. With that said, man, let's get back to the show. I'm guessing we're done with SmackDown. Becky's not gonna fight Cyborg, and if she did, Cyborg would kick her butt. So with that said, let's go. Let's go into NXT, man. Any new developments on NXT?
Not really. I mean, we getting Hideo against Aleister Black. That was announced this week.
Okay. But we still are prepping for Brooklyn. What is it? Brooklyn 3?
Yep.
Take over Brooklyn 3. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's NXT. All the matches are still kind of scheduled. I will say the Velveteen Dream, I'm not becoming a fan, but I was so against this. Not necessarily on board with it, but I think he could transform this into, a black version of Goldust.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, and I mean, NXT small, you can definitely groom the character there. But if that's what they're going to give you, man, ride with it.
Yep. Anyway, I think next week we're getting No Way Jose versus Andre Almas.
Okay. All right, cool.
Oh, and Kyle O'Reilly debuted last night.
Yeah, man. Aleister Black is just destroying the Red Dragon, right?
Yep.
I was thinking because we really don't have a lot of tag teams,
Mm-hmm.
could they be the next ones? Like, could
Yeah.
they, kind of fill the void that DIY left, being undersized but heavily talented?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, all right. And I mean,
And whatever happened to TM61?
Buddy got a knee injury during
Right.
during the Dusty Classic, right? That's what it is.
Was that
Right?
what it was? Because I feel like it's been forever since we've seen him.
Wasn't the Dusty Classic forever?
Yeah,
wait. Was the Dusty Classic last summer?
Last fall, ain't it? Like in the fall.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, damn, that's almost a year. But
yeah.
The talented one, basically the Shawn Michaels out of the group,
right?
Yeah, he got injured, and we haven't seen them since. That's why the tag team division is so, it's not.
Yep.
It's not really putting butts in seats.
Yeah, and we have with August, we have Thea Trinidad with him now.
Okay. That's the chick that was in TNA. Was she in TNA?
Yeah, she was Rosita in TNA.
And is she playing in the Paige documentary or the Paige biopic or something?
Yeah, I think so. Ain't she like playing the role of AJ Lee?
Yeah.
And she's also dating Austin Aries, which is pretty funny that he leaves right when she's getting her big shot.
Yeah, I mean, you would have loved to see them kind of, I don't know, maybe have some interaction on TV, but good luck to her, man. And maybe she can bring out the Almas character a little bit more. Every dude, kind of comes alive when he has a chick next to him. So,
and on a sad note for her, the thing I always remember about her is her daddy was killed in 9/11.
Okay, not sure what we got. I was gonna go. Speaking of butts and seats, number 15, Lacey Duvall, but RIP for everybody that died in 9/11. My little sister's birthday is 9/11, which is kind of crazy. Oh, yeah, definitely.
That's just. I think they had like a thing on one of these shows about her, and like she was one of them that was talking on there.
When? Like on TNA? Because she hasn't done anything in WWE.
No, it was like a thing for 9/11 or something on like.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I mean, that's not cool that her dad died, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, get us out of this hole. Let's move on.
I will say I wish her old tag team partner was coming in WWE. I liked her too.
Isn't like half of the TNA women's division moving to the Mae Young Classic or coming to the Mae Young Classic?
Yeah, a lot of them are. Like, I mean, Mia Yim's in there, and then like Jade's in there.
Yeah, like everyone's in it other than
or Marty Bell. Marty Bell's in there.
Yeah, everyone's in it except Gail Kim and Allie. Yeah. I was gonna say. I was gonna say Angelina Love.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go. That yeah. But I'm vividly searching for Eva Angelina, who is
on both our lists.
On my list. Where is she on your list? But maybe you can help me out with that. She's number 16 on my list.
Let me see. I have no clue.
All right, but yeah.
I would like the actual listed list too. That way I wouldn't have to scroll through.
Shout out to Eva Angelina. All right, man. Let's get down to what
I guess scrolling through pretty good. I get to see these pics over and over and over.
Yeah, you got some pretty hot chicks on there, man. And I didn't see a real type either, so that was cool. I did notice that you didn't have any Asian chicks.
No Asians. She's number 64.
Wow, Trent, your list is just off. Speaking of Asians, coming in number 6, London Keys. If you're not familiar, get familiar.
I like her. Yeah, she's probably like one of the Asians I do kind of like.
Okay, I'm glad you didn't say Orientals. Number 14, Asa Akira, and I'm pretty sure Elena Lee is on here somewhere. But let's move over to Big Brother, man.
All right, my goodness, it's been a crazy 2 weeks in Big Brother.
Yep. Listen, I want you to hype me up because I know I'm doing well. We had a down couple of weeks. It was a little stormy. The weather wasn't a little, weather wasn't all that great,
Right.
But we're hitting on sunshine now, right? Tell me we're hitting on sunshine now.
Well, you did take one of mine is gone now, so I'm down to 7.
There we go. Let's go.
And so last week when we left, when we left, Dominique was eliminated, right?
Right.
Okay, so since then, Ramses went home last week. That's the
bingo.
Gay guy.
Yeah, the black The black gay guy. Yeah.
Yeah, so he went home last week, and then Cody got back in the house.
Bingo.
Yep. And this week him and Jessica were up, but she had the halting hex temptation, which meant she could stop the eviction right, whenever she wanted to, and nobody would go home. So she used that this week. They were both safe, and now Josh is the HOH.
Okay, so wait a minute. The halting hex. What is it? What is this?
It was some kind of power she got that the fans voted on for her to get, and she got it, and she could have used it within the next 4 weeks after she got it.
Do people typically use it the week of?
Yeah.
Okay. You're saying that she could have used it up to 4 weeks. Is there a time where two people will have it at the same time?
No, this is just a one-time thing.
Okay.
And she had to use it this week, or else her or Cody was going home because they were both on the block.
Oh, okay. So will we ever see this halting hex again?
Not this season, probably.
Okay. What other little things like that could pop up, man?
Well,
I did not know of a halting
still
hex.
Has the second temptation. Like they had like 3 temptations this year. The first one was Kevin. The Kevin guy got the $25,000, but the curse was Paul coming to the house. Then there was the Christmas guy. Christmas guy where she can pick anybody she wants to play in a veto. Like she can take somebody off playing veto and put somebody else she wants in it.
Okay.
And then this one.
Okay. All right. Cool. No, that's cool. All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Now they're doing a thing. It's called the Temptation Competition, where every week, well, not every week, for the next 3 weeks, well, last week, this week, and next week, before the nominations, they'll have a competition. Whoever wants to compete can, but you don't have to. But what it is, if you win the competition, you're safe for the week. But if you're in last place, you're automatically on the block as a third nominee.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool. So run down who's on your list or who you still haven't, who I have.
All right. So let's see here. So at the bottom. All right. You have Christmas, Raven, Josh, Alex, and Cody.
All right.
And I have Mark, Matt, Jessica, Paul, Elena, Kevin, and Jason.
All right. And Christmas is still with the injury, right?
Yep. She now has a little scooter she rides around on. Well, she don't really ride around on it. She kind of like props her leg on it and like kind of scoots around.
Wow. This is crazy. Okay. Yeah, we'll keep monitoring the situation with BB19. And as I say that, we'll keep monitoring how I'm destroying Trent in this game. So we'll see.
Yeah, and another thing that happened this week is Paul sees like everybody's listening to Paul. Nobody wants to play their own game for some reason. Okay. So he got all his little minions to basically harass Cody and Jessica to the point where they were hoping that Cody would snap and either hit one of them or self-evict.
Wow.
Like yeah, okay. So Paul's a complete asshole. He's like terrible.
Is Paul the old dude?
No, Paul's the one with the long beard, the one that came in late.
Yeah. Oh, Paul's still there. Yeah, Paul is still there. Okay. Yeah. Wait. We talked about this before. You don't think Paul's gonna last all the way to the end?
I don't think so. But I think they're finally. It seems like right now there's cracks starting to happen, and some of his people starting to wise up a little bit, like Christmas is.
But did you think he would last this long?
Yeah, I figured he would.
Okay.
Once I found out he had that 3 weeks of safety, I knew he'd be there for a while because if they didn't get him out that first week, he was probably going to be around a while.
Okay. All right. Nicely done, man. Nicely done.
Yeah. So I mean, they had a whole thing Monday where like Paul, Raven, Alex, and Josh were all like harassing Cody and Jessica.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's move back to wrestling news, man. Give us an update on the G1 Classic.
All right. So the G1, since we've missed 2 weeks, we got a lot to catch up on. I'll just give you the matches that you should probably watch. Yeah. So from the A block, from the July 23rd show, I would check out Tanahashi versus Nagata and Ibushi versus Ishii. Let's see. From the July 29th show, I would check out Ishii versus Naito. From the August 1st show, I would check out Ishii versus Nagata, Naito versus Goto, and Ibushi versus Tanahashi.
Okay, wait a minute. So it looks like Ishii and Naito are favorites to win this thing if their matches are just stellar right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give the points in a minute. And from today's show, we have Ibushi versus Nagata and Naito versus Zack Sabre Jr. So that's the A block matches. And then here are the points for the A block. We have Tanahashi and Naito tied with 10. Bad Luck Fale, Hiroki Goto, Zack Sabre Jr., Tomohiro Ishii, and Kota Ibushi are all tied with 8. Togi Makabe has 6. Yoshihashi has 4. And poor Yuji Nagata has 0.
Hey Trent, let me ask you this, man. Where are we going with the points? Like after a certain point, or after a certain amount of days or weeks, people with a certain number of points don't get to continue, or like what?
Well, they everybody gets to continue to the end. On next week they'll do the A block final and the B block final, where they'll have the two that's had the most points, I think, go at it.
Okay. So right now, people with
the winner
10.
of the 2 blocks face each other.
Okay. I got you. Yeah. But you can still just rank up points, and wherever you land, you just land. Okay.
Or you could be like a spoiler, so other person don't get points or something.
You can be a what?
A spoiler. They call it a spoiler.
How?
So, like, if you win a match, like, if somebody needs so many points to win or to get, like, tied or something, but the other person beats them, then they stop that person from getting points to be able to tie.
Okay, so you do get some kind of storylines. They're points related and rankings related, but I can see how that could put some life into a match. Okay, that works. I like that.
All right, and now for the B block, for the July 22nd show, I would check out Evil versus Juice Robinson, Kenny Omega versus Tama Tonga, Okada versus Elgin, and then one of the nights you can skip because nothing was good that night. From the July 27th show, I would check out Okada versus Satoshi Kojima and Michael Elgin versus Kenny Omega. From the July 30th show, check out Okada versus Juice Robinson. From the August 2nd show, I would check out Kenny Omega versus Evil. And the points for the B block are Okada with 12, Kenny Omega with 10, Evil with 8, Suzuki with 8, Sonata with 8. Michael Elgin, Tama Tonga, and Toru Yano are tied with 4. Juice Robinson has 2, and Satoshi Kojima has 0.
So Okada is the only one with 12?
Yep.
Okay.
But like they still have, B block still has 2 more nights before their finals. So Omega could catch him.
Okay. All right. I mean, I asked you this before. Has a champion been in this before? He's like, yeah, several times. And I said, well, does the champion ever lose? And he's like, yeah, he does. Sounds like Okada has just been mainly just going through the roster, but still putting on excellent matches. So I was shocked to hear you say I need to check out Okada versus Juice. Man, that's that's saying something, man.
Yeah. Juice this year has had the story where his leg, like every show, his leg gets taped up more and more because it's injured more and more.
All right, cool, man. He's a character. He was a character in NXT, but people are starting to say his name more and more, so that can only help his cause. Yeah,
and really the only negative to this tournament is having watched Toru Yano matches. They're comedy matches, but once you've seen the comedy one time, you've seen it, enough. And I don't feel like he should be in this tournament. This for like the most prestigious tournament in the world. Just leave him as like one of the undercard people and give one of the undercard people a chance to be in the G1.
Where's his points level at right now?
I think he's got like 4 points.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess he's doing his job. What is his name again?
Toru Yano.
Okay, you're gonna have to text me that later. I haven't seen the comedic act, so
yeah, I think him and Omega had a match where like he tied their legs together, and they were basically working a lot of the match with their legs tied together. And like the dude tries to win with quick roll ups and low blows, and he tries to take the turnbuckle pad off. And
okay, all right. I mean,
so most of his wins are pretty much like fluke wins.
Everybody needs a Santino, man. Everybody needs that. Everybody needs a Curry, man.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with him in general, but putting him in a tournament like this.
Okay, I see where you're coming from, though. But just glad that he's not at 12 points, though. I mean, if he's at 4, then he's just serving his purpose. So. Yeah. All right, man. Okay. So right now, let's just say right now, we're looking at like based on points. Naito and or Ishii versus Okada.
We're looking at Tanahashi's got the most points in the A block.
How many does he have? I thought a bunch of people had 10.
10, and Naito's got 10.
Naito, that's what it was. Naito. Okay. All right. Cool, man. Yeah. I want to see what the finals are looking like, and I would love to see another Okada Omega match.
Yeah. Well, that'll be 2 nights from now, I think, or I think that's the last show before the B Block finals. They'll face each other.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, that can definitely
I'll
work.
let you know when it happens. I'll text you and let you know.
All right. With that said, are we done with G1?
I think so.
Okay. Any honorable mentions that you want to give out from your list before we head out?
No, I think with 111, I had pretty much most of them.
I just want to say, coming in at 98, Gio Cassidy, beautiful young woman. But number one, man, Daisy Marie, forever and always, Daisy Marie. Sorry, I mean, I saw your girl. Was it Keisha Gray?
Yeah,
Keisha Gray. That's your girl. I mean,
no, you talking about my number one?
Yeah, you're number
Carly
one.
Gray.
Sasha Gray?
Carly.
Oh, Carly Gray. Okay. Yeah, number one. That's that's just what it is, man.
Keisha Gray, she made like number 18.
Okay. Number two, if you don't know any of these names, Google them. I will wait. Jasmine Byrne. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm a fan of her. I've seen her stuff before.
Okay, and we cannot forget Roxy Reynolds at number 3. So those are my top 3. I mean, if we haven't said it enough before, some people say do not disturb, but here at TWF we say welcome to the show.
Yep. So I had the adorable Lexi Bell at number 2, and Harley Jade at number 3, and Chatterbait girl Ariel Anderson at number 4.
I was shocked when I saw Lexi Bell because I was like, "Wow, this dude really did his research." Okay, that I could not number 2 with Lexi Bell, and I saw from your list that you really like that girl next door type of vibe, so that was cool.
Yeah, and my number 5, Destiny Moody. She's not like a actual like hardcore porn girl. Like she's like softcore, but my gosh, she's gorgeous.
Wait a minute, there's a softcore realm.
I guess that's what you call it. I mean, she don't really do like like penetration. She just like, I guess you call it just modeling and stuff, nude modeling.
Okay, all right, cool. Nah, it was just
not actually triple X, but really, but I mean, she's gorgeous. I had to put her on my list.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, Trent. Think that's it, man.
And the lady parts for number 4, Ariel Anderson, the best kitty there is, I think.
Welcome to the freaking show, ladies. Especially if you're on 111 of Trent's top 100. See how that number doesn't fluctuate there. Make sure that you hit up Trent. But definitely everyone listening out there, I'm gonna start that over. Ladies, if you're on the top 100 list, or on the top 111 list for Trent, make sure that you hit up the show at our official Twitter page for the show at
TWF_podcast.
Now, if you have fantastic lady parts, let's just say that. If you have a adorable kitten, see how I did that? Yeah. Make sure that you slide into Trent's DMs at
MTW3589.
And for anybody else, just hit me up on Twitter at BangEm South. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter. Check out the all the tweets that we put out. Most of them are funny, but lately they're getting crazier. With that said, make sure that you become a follower, retweet, like, do all that good stuff, and check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/TWF podcast. You'll find all of the episodes there. We're definitely on Facebook, very active on Facebook. So you can subscribe to the Facebook channel. And as always, hit up YouTube. If you want to listen to all the podcasts, if you want to see the weekly episodes, check out the playlist. Just literally run through your whole day just with us on in the background. Give us some views, especially on pay-per-view nights or days. Run through the podcast, man. Just run through the playlist. We'll give you the predictions. We'll give you everything that you need to know for the upcoming shows. With that said, Trent.
Yes.
Plug your site, man.
My thoughts on prowrestling.blogspot.com. I think I had the review for Battleground, which feels like it's been so long ago since that show. And that's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm still working on the other top 100 list I'm doing for the Place to Be Nation. And when I get that sorted out, I'll post that stuff on there too. My thoughts on reality TV, list.blogspot.com. Still don't have any ideas for what I want to do there. And then my newest one that has my list for the episode 69 here, my countdowns and list.blogspot.com, where you will see all 111 of my ladies and Twitter links, Chatterbait links, video links, all that stuff for each girl.
All right. And coming in at number 74, Tiana Trump. Just had to throw that up there.
Also on my list.
Because of the president. Trent, as always, man, it was a pleasure. Listeners, thank you for listening to the show. Hope you enjoyed episode 69. Welcome to the show officially.
Yes.
And we'll have more and more great stuff for you. Trent, I will talk to you next week, my friend.